we did a bit of a survey. We did some initial information gathering. So my husband and I and a couple of other people went round some of the local agencies and said, do you think Market Harborough needs a food bank? Because on the outside we look quite a well-off area. You know, we've got sort of designer shops in our high street and things like this. And we weren't sure whether it was something that was actually needed. And some of the local agencies said, yes, we think it is needed, but maybe once or twice a month. And as a small-ish church, we thought we can manage that. We can do a bag once or twice a month. And within the first 2 months, it became apparent that we were doing that a week. And now we're getting a situation where we're doing 6 or 7 bags full of food a week. And at high points like Christmas, when people are spending money obviously elsewhere, we were getting 9 calls in a day. So I think if we'd known it was going to get that big at the beginning, we might have shied off. But God was very gracious and kind of led us in very, very gently.
The volunteer who's kind of on duty, if you like, they have the phone with which they can be contacted by agencies. It's a mobile phone actually, so they can be at home or around the town doing what they would do. And if the phone rings, they will come to the food bank, pack up the appropriate amount of food, so 3 days worth of food for the number of people that are being referred, and then they will either take the food to the agency that has made the referral, or they will meet the person who needs the food.
I got involved because I was actually in the position of having no food, and the benefits were taking some time to come through, and when I have a young daughter, so it was a worrying time. So the food bank helped me get through that time without any food. I wanted to help out with giving other families the food as well. I wanted to give something back. I wanted to put something back into the project. So, and give my time to them because they'd given their time to me.
The highlight for me of meeting people who are receiving the food parcels is seeing thankfulness, seeing the fact that they hadn't realised that all this food is donated by people in Market Harborough, and then they are very grateful that so many people care about them in their situation.
We don't always get to meet them for very long, and you can understand that it's quite a shameful thing to ask for food. And so sometimes it's a case of we hand over the bag and they run, and we might get a thank you, and that's fine, that's absolutely fine. I totally understand that. I think I'd feel like that as well. Sometimes the response we do get is through letters later on, or from letters from the agencies that are involved. And one of the letters that always makes me kind of choke up a little bit is from Women's Aid, which works with women fleeing domestic violence. And we've often given a bag to a woman in that situation. We never get to meet her, it goes through the agency. But the lady who runs that wrote to us and said something along the lines of, for women who've been badly treated by the person who was meant to care for them and that they trusted most in the world, to receive a bag full of food from a complete stranger helps restore their faith in humanity a bit. And so it's not just a bag of food. In that situation, it's something more than that. And also, we've had letters from teenagers who've been kicked out of home. And one of them said it was a lifesaver, the bag was a lifesaver. Now, I'm sure that's figurative, but if we're bringing a little bit of light and life into a situation where a youngster feels rejected, that's got to be a good thing. That's got to be what the church is about.